Alright, well, 3 factions were eliminated already, and, you know, 3 factions basically pretty much are already eliminated here as well. Let's see how this continues. Alright, we have some action finally against Dacia and Gaul. Germania is like the first to actually come over here, like attack their settlement. Though where they have the army base to take it, I'm not really sure. Spain did attack, like, you know, Massili over here. And the Julia army is basically just right there if they want to basically attack, but, you know, they're still hanging on. And then, of course, Carthage is being Carthage. There's some action over here with, like, you know, the Greeks taking Laodicea. And the Brie are basically, like, you know, going after Athens, but, you know, nothing just yet. It's basically sort of happened, so not good words really, so we'll just have to wait a little bit, I guess. And look at that! Germania did actually have the troops, I guess. Dacia has been destroyed, finally. Alright, well. We got a nice little strong Germanian, like, force over here now as a result of that. Maybe we'll start moving on to, like, you know, the Julia at this point. Or perhaps we'll go after, like, you know, the Britons or, like, you know, the Scythians. All the targets basically for them to go after. Alright, well, yet again, the Spanish side are going to go after Gaul, so they might actually have the forces now to actually take it and wipe them out from the face of the map. I'll note that over in this area of the wood, you know, area of the world, Dimidity was basically under Scipio control, but well, this wasn't a big enough force, I guess, to hold it, so they lost it, and now they got a big army there again, the Numidians. And then over here, the Brutii did take Athens, and then there's like a whole lot of like chaos going on. Like the Brutii going after Lyciria over here now. The Greeks are going after, like, you know, Thessalonica. We got the Scythians coming over, like, you know, by Lazoria over here. The Scythians are doing really well for like a faction this time around, so good on them. And yeah, the Celtics are basically trying once more because, you know, try again. Well, it's a diplomat, and I guess it's the only Carthaginian city to actually, like, you know, talk to, so gotta do it by boat if you want to basically get over here, I guess. Alright, there we are. Gaul's finally fallen. So, here we go. The Spanish and the Julia are now basically borders to each other. There's a couple of big arms sitting right next to each other as well. How nice for that. Now, I'll note that basically over here, it seems like the Scythians are now going after Thessalonica. I'm not sure if basically the Greeks basically, like, you know, lost heart or something else basically happened. I'll note that basically up here, like, you know, by Lazoria, there's basically, like, you know, a rebel army that the Scythians were like, you know, no, I want to kill that first, so they kill off my rebel army first. They're closing in to try and take back the city over here, I guess. And look at that, they're going after the Numidians over here, so we might see the Numidians wiped out soon. Very, very nice. And then over here, let's see here. We're still waiting on this a little bit. Oh. It looks like the Egyptians are going after the Greeks. Yeah, look at that. Egypt and the Greek cities are now at war. Rhodes is a good summit for the Egyptians to take, so... well, let's see if they actually take her or not. I mean, there's nothing basically in here except for the faction leader, right? So... well, it's these guys next to it, I guess. If they kill him... no, there's still a general over here, but I mean... yeah, Greece takes them some hits here for sure now, I guess. To say the least. Alright, can the Seleucids do it this time around? I mean, they're still, you know, fighting the same, like, units here that have just been weakened, but they got chariot at least. No scythe chariots are no joke, but that's a lot of pike units, so to speak. Well, I got more units over here, I guess, that could help. And look at that, they've managed to take it. So, Peloponnesus has fallen to the Seleucids finally. They have the wonder. Good for them. Not sure there's much else basically happening in the world of like note, but I will note that Tingy basically fell over here, so Numidia is basically down to like Divinity over here, and basically that's it. So Spain and the House Juliae broke their alliance. Honestly, they broke it because they want to attack each other, so makes sense. Oh, Spain's going after the British over here now. When did they go to war? Well, it's fine. It's fun to see, like, you know, these guys going after each other, I guess. The Scythians are taking Thessalonica, so the Macedonians are now down to their last city. We might see them wiped out. It's really interesting seeing, like, you know, what factions are getting strong here, because, like, you know, the Scythians are, like, actually doing something. Well, Spain and the British you seem to be, like, you know, strong before, so that's, like, no different. The Scipii are getting pretty strong real fast over here, and they already got border of, like, you know, Egypt. These two haven't gone to war of all things. And, of course, Pontus still exists. What will occur in this playthrough? Alright, well, there we go, finally. The Seleucids and Egyptians are at war. And I think this is going to be a fairly, like, you know, lopsided battle for the Seleucids, because they gave time for the, you know, the Egyptians gave the Seleucids time to build up, because they let them, like, go after Parthia first and such. I'm not sure how well the Egyptians are going to do, but, well, their armor's over here. The Seleucid armor's over here. And of course it's over here, like, you know, Rhodes, but that's just really a different thing. Two big Greek armies over here. Be very odd for the Greeks to go to war with someone else, but, who knows, might happen. Perhaps. May see. What faction will fall next? That's the really question right now. Will it be like, you know, Macedon? Maybe like, did you like go after Palma finally? Well, that answers that question. I'm not sure you basically briefly saw it there, but you'll see it once I, like, you know, all result of this battle. Bilazaur has basically fallen, so it was Macedon. Wiped out by the Scythians of all people. I mean, it's not like, you know, impossible for this to happen, but, you know, very odd to see, like, these guys come down here and, like, wipe them out first. Brudi are basically, like, you know, putting the squeeze on, like, you know, Corinth and, like, you know, gonna be Sparta soon, I think, as well. These guys are closing on Numidia. And of course, they see the Spanish armies just move around over here, and this big Juliae army right here. Alright, so Egypt and the Brudi have basically allied to each other. Interesting. Now, the real question I want to see is, what's Pontus going to do? They got their armies basically, like, you know, running around over here, so maybe they'll attack something? Huh. Jerusalem fell already. Now look at that, they got a fleet right here. It looks like it's got, like, you know, an agent rather than, like, you know, an army in here, so not going to directly attack it just yet, but, you know. Things are happening. Alright, I was about to skip this, like, term, but I noticed that the Juliae are basically going after Palma, so I figure it's basically worth noting. The Spanish have, like, you know, moved up a little bit here into, like, you know, France here a little bit. And it looks like Germania might, like, join the fun soon as well, because that's a very lightly defended city for them to basically take right there. The Brudi took Corinth, so it's just Sparta basically in Greece for, like, you know, the Greeks now. They're doing well, but then the Brudi came along and said, no, you're not going to do well. Over here, Sidon has fallen to, like, you know, the Seleucid forces. Will they take anything else is the question now. Their arms just slowly just marching down. And will Pontus do anything? And will these guys actually attack, like, you know, Dimity over here, perhaps, as well? And there we go. The Julii took out Carthage. Very nice. Don't think it's really much else to report here. I mean, they're around the city, but they aren't really attacking it to Scipii, unfortunately. And these guys broke their alliance, these guys broke their alliance, these guys allied to each other, or no, these guys went to war with each other, so... There we go! Germania and the Britons have gone to war. We might see the British get kicked off of, like, this continent once again. I mean, I'm really tempted to attack that ship, but I'm not gonna. I'm really tempted to. Rhodes is still there, by the way, so we'll see what happens in a couple turns for that city, I guess. Alright, well, we have another, like, last city under attack report. The Scipii have actually finally, like, laid siege to Dimini over here, so if I take it, that's it for Numidia. They also got, like, Sparta under attack over here as well, the Bruttii, so they might just, like, knock the Greek completely off this, like, you know, part of the continent. Leaving with, like, they're, like, this, you know, one little, like, you know, city over here. Which is a big city, by the way. This is, like, you know, I feel like, you know, significant city to, like, you know, have, but one city is not enough. That's still under attack. They're still attacking up here and around here, so, you know, the British are being pushed back further. I wonder where the Julii are going to go, because they have basically, like, two choices, Germania or Spain. That's it for them. You know, I like how, like, you know, the Bruttii are basically being, like, ignored by Germany over here, and, like, you know, going after, like, the British over here. But at some point they're going to go after each other, I think. And who knows, maybe the Scythians will come over here and, like, you know, say hi to them as well, these, like, you know, Germanic peoples and such. Or even the Bruttii. They'll have to go to war at some point with someone. And Petra fell over here, apparently. So, they're making progress. I fear it's worth noting that, like, you know, these two are allied, so won't see anything between these two here, I guess. By the way, through glass clearly. Good job, Carthaginians. Even though you're destroyed already. So, I just want to point this out, but where do you think the Greek armies are going over here? It could be very easy for, like, you know, this guy to march over here to Pergamum and just, like, take it out. So that's basically, like, owned by Bruttii, by the way, at this point, so that's it for the Greeks. They've been kicked off of Greece. Dimini's still under attack. I'll now have some news from this war front. We basically see that both Lugdunum and, like, Limon are now under Spanish control, and Alesia is basically under Germanic control, so just two more cities to, like, knock off, and then the British have been, like, you know, sent back to their isle, so to speak. Very nice. Now that the Bruttii have basically knocked off Greece, who are they going to go after next, I wonder? Maybe Scipio will have something to say about that. Alright, well, I fear it's worth knowing that the Greeks have decided to attack someone, and it looks like it's going to be Pontus. Well, that's about the only target they can actually really go after, I guess, and, like, you know, perhaps have a chance. I think they're going to lose Rhodes, though. Oh, wait. Egypt stopped attacking Rhodes for some reason. Oh, that's why. They took Rhodes. That makes more sense. But why don't I don't have anyone basically in Rhodes? That is the question. Curious. And yeah, by the way, the Scipio armies is like all around Dimini right now, just like, you know, just swarming in for the kill. Well, I don't know why they broke the siege, but they broke the siege. Alright, well, something of a note basically here is that, like, you know, the Julii and the Spanish are at war with each other. They're not actually attacking anything this year, but I mean... yeah, they are at war. And it looks like the Julii are going after the Spanish here, so it was them who basically caused it. They got the army, so they'll probably be able to push them back quite easily if they, like, you know, want to. Spain is going after Khanate Rundam over here, so again, the British might be pushed off, like, you know, of Europe basically very soon. The Greeks actually made progress over here, by the way. They stopped attacking, like, Nicomedia over here, but they took, like, you know, Ankara, so good job on the Greeks. They actually have a you know, bit of a foothold here. Though it looks like they're going to lose, like, you know, Pergamum over here, so not really good trade for them, because I think that's the better city. Ankara is basically, like, just, like, you know, right now it's just a weak, like, little, like, you know, well, you can basically see, like, this has got, like, okay, I was going to do this once just because, like, you know, I can do it, so... this is a very small, or large town, basically, of, like, you know, 5,000 people or so. This is going to be a lot larger. By, like, a lot. So, that's basically going to be, like, the better town, and you're, like, losing it. I don't know why, by the way, but apparently, like, Greece got back roads because the Egyptians just left or something. So, that's basically theirs again. Good job, Greeks. You basically took back your city, I guess. The Greeks don't seem to be dying anytime soon, at least. So, good job for that. Who will die next, though? My bet's on Numidia, but that depends on if these guys actually attack or not. Alright, well. As you can see right in front of us, Massila's basically fallen to the Julii. And over here, Khanate Rundam was basically fallen to the Spanish. And they're going after, like, you know, Semobrivia with their own army here, so... they might kick off the Britons if the Spanish are lucky. I'm not really sure what the Scipii are basically up to. They have their armies, but they're sort of, like, marching elsewhere. Maybe they plan to cross over to, like, Corduba, but, you know, I'm not entirely sure. Ooh. So, the Brutii decided they're going to go after the Scythians over here. Well, they had 2 targets, I guess, and, like, you know, the Scythians are probably a better target for them, so why not? I mean, these are good cities to take, right? So, take them. In this neck of the woods, Pontus did take, like, you know, Pergamum over here. Though they are basically going to attack over here in, like, Nicomedia. They are going to try and take back, like, Ankara, though, so probably, like, you know, to wipe out Greece, you know, soon enough here. And then it'll be left with Rhodes. Which was taken at least once, so there's that. Egypt decided to get its act together over here a little bit. That's still just an agent, but whatever. They have, like, a, you know, army basically attacking Jerusalem up here. They did have a second army over in this direction, but I guess they got wiped out, or something else happened to it. They got an army here, armies here. Boschta fell, of course, but, you know, it's kind of expected. Like, there's, like, you know, other armies basically, like, you know, attacking over here and such. And yeah, it looks like, you know, the Seleucids are sort of, you know, mopping the floor of them because they got their good units now. Egypt just let them get too strong. You know, I forgot to note one important thing. I mean, it has to be said, right? They're gonna try. And we know how well, like, you know, this usually goes for them, so... best of luck, Germania. Best of luck. Alright, well. It's the first battle. How many of these guys do you think are gonna die? He's only got warbands and Screeching Woman. And, like, you know, one, like, you know, axeman besides his general. I'm guessing I'm probably gonna kill, like, you know, a good 1,000 of his units. And maybe, like, he'll kill, like, you know, 50. Okay, he killed 100. But I was right about how many I killed. Almost 1,000. It's pretty bad when you can actually guess that sort of thing, right? Alright, well. The Greeks took Nicomedia over here. They're hanging on a little bit, but for how long I don't know. They were attacking over here by the way as well, but I guess they stopped for some reason. Huh. The first of, like, you know, these, like, you know, core cities for Egypt is basically fallen. Alexandria. That's still under attack. And the Egyptians, I guess they don't know what they're doing. Besides getting wiped out, that's what they know they're doing. This little Congo train is slowly getting up here, I guess. I wonder if these guys plan to, like, you know, invade, like, Spain from, like, over here, because, you know, that is something they might do. And by the way, Julia are attacking up here. The British are attacking over here. Spain's getting crushed a little bit, I think. And, you know, the British are basically still attacking over here, but they only, you know, have their attack over here right now for now. For now. So Egypt broke their alliances with, like, you know, Pontus and House Bruttii. Scythia broke with the Seleucid Empire. And Egypt and Scythia declared themselves allies. Oh! Apparently, like, you know, the Scythians came down and took Cottus from, like, you know, the Pontus. They're actually not looking too strong. They've only got, like, 1, 2, and, like, you know, 3 summits now. Oh, I guess Greek has found, like, a fairly equal, like, you know, command to fight. In just one turn, it looks like both this summit and that summit fell. The Julii took, like, Lugdunum over here. And I think that's basically all that basically happened, but I mean, 3 summits, you know, quite a bit. Pontus has come after Nicomedia over here to try and, like, wipe the Greeks out over here, I guess. I think they'll still wipe out the Greeks, but, you know, it's gonna be tough for them, for sure. Now, the question is, now that Bruttii have basically taken these cities, what are we going to go after next? And, yeah, basically, you know, they're up here now, I guess, the, like, Scythians. And they're actually crossing over, effectively, somewhat. Which is nice to see. Wow, they broke their alliance already, and these guys out of the Pontus. Yep, good old Egypt. They just don't know what they're doing, I guess. It's only been a couple turns, but, I mean, the progress is, like, you know, pretty evident. Narba Martius has basically fallen from this end over here. And Corduba has basically fallen from this end over here. So, the Scipii have made successful landfall. And, like, you know, the Julii are basically in the doors of Spain over here, pretty much. Spain's still attacking over here, apparently. It looks like the British took back Condat Rodonum. They might knock off the British, but I think they got more pressing matters, so, like, the Romans basically attacking them. Pontus is bringing over more armies over here, I guess. And it looks like the Seleucids are going after Pontus now, so... yeah, the Seleucid Empire and Pontus are now at war. I think this is going to be it for Pontus. It's just a matter of time before, like, you know, the Seleucid armies needs to move in, like, you know, take these cities over here, I think. In this neck of woods, by the way... oh, these guys pulled back. They were attacking Alexandria, but I guess, like, they stopped. Yeah, Egypt doesn't really know what they're doing. They're just being attacked and, like, you know, they got their armies basically going everywhere, but, you know, not doing anything. I think Egypt's gonna buckle pretty damn fast. And there's a plague over here. Lovely. Alright, well, there's some nice little changes in the map here. Dumafa is basically fallen in Arabia over here, so... the Seleucids have a nice solid looking territory basically for themselves. I'm not sure why, but they pulled back from Pergamum. And Pontus basically, like, you know, it was either defeated or, like, pulled back, like, you know, Nicomedia over here as well. Tylis, like, you know, well, just Tylis, I guess, has fallen over here. But the Bruttii are basically quickly move on to Dacia, so they'll probably take that from them as well. And I believe we still, like, you know... nope, these guys have been, like, pushed back. So the British are, like, you know... managed to, like, secure themselves in mainland here for a little bit. Good job to them, I guess. The Scipians look to be moving over in this direction toward, like, Carthago Nova. And that's pretty much all that's going to be happening for now, I think. And yeah, just constantly redeclaring war, because why not? They got the armies, just not using them. Alright, so we got ourselves a second attempt here. I think this army is a little bit smaller than last time. Though he does have at least 2 axemen this time around. And like 2 more generals. Don't think that's going to help him too much though. I think he's probably going to kill off like, you know... I'm going to say 50 again. And he's going to lose like at least like, you know, half his soldiers. Yeah, a little bit over half. And it looks like it was basically over 50, but you know. Still a massive loss for Germania again, of course. I should really play a game where, like, you know, I actually fight Germania and see, like, this, or, like, you know, fight the, you know, Femiscarians and see, like, this how powerful they really are. They don't strike me as being that powerful, but I mean... The AI is just having, like, a difficult time for sure with them. I guess it's landing troops and, like, you know, that's that for over here, I guess. Ah, look at this. The Scythians have made it down to Sinop. Not sure we're going to take it with that army, but they'll try. I see one Egyptian army over here, but that's about it. So I think, you know, once, like, you know, these armies taken over here, they'll wipe out the rest of Egypt for sure. At least the core of Egypt. Not sure they'll go this far, but, you know, they might. This is one problem like Cyrene, by the way. Sometimes you just, like, come over here and let's get, like, you know, sort of this lock there. Like, he's got the units to, like, move out, but he's just not using them. Because they're, like, nowhere, like, to go for him, so to speak. And yeah, just redeclaring war constantly. I just want to note that, like, you know, this Scythian army is still here. And though it's been weakened, I'm guessing that, you know, they did actually try and fight them. Because that's less than 120. And yeah, this guy's still here, by the way, but, you know, whatever. Utterly insane, apparently, this guy. Alright, well. On this front, by the way, note that basically Byzantium and, like, you know, Portolicium is basically still under siege. I assume Brudii is basically going to take that very soon. So, you know, they're probably going to start pushing up toward, like, you know, the steppes basically soon to Brudii. And British are basically coming after Lebanon here, so... Yeah, I'd say, like, you know, the Spanish are going to buckle very soon with, like, free attacks on them. You know, free factions attacking them all at once. And Dominions is going to be left alone, because, you know... That's just how it goes for Dominions. They just get, like, left alone. Ah, yes. The Burning People. I'm more or less just knowing this because of the simple fact that, like, you know... the Scythians basically came down here and actually took Sinope. So, one city, which is basically under attack by the Greeks, and 2 cities. Pontus is basically on their last legs, I think. Interesting. No one's near roads. That's very susceptible to being attacked. Though Greeks would still have, like, cities over here, but I mean, that's still, like, you know, leaving it quite open, I think. And, you know, nothing else has really changed just yet, so let's skip on. Well, Egypt's not going to go down without a fight, I guess. They took back Alexandria, and they took back Petra. I mean, there's still a lot of, like, solicited armies basically over here for them to deal with, but I mean... At least they got the core of Egypt basically sort of at least like, under lock for a moment. For now. Dacia has fallen, by the way, so... Now basically, like, the Brudii are basically moving toward, like, the last, like, you know... Thracian city over here, and of course the core of, like, steps, like, you know, Scythian territory up here. And again, nothing's really changed over here. They're under attack right there. And that's about it. Alright, well, it's the next turn. The Greeks have managed to take back their city of, like, Pergamum over here. So, you know, they have, like, their free cities basically right here. Which means Pontus is down to the last city. They do have a couple of armies around here, but I mean, if a Scythian army comes down here to attack them, they'll be wiped out. Note that over here, the Numidians basically managed to, like, you know, revolt in Ting, I guess, so... Maybe the Scipii will attack them? Maybe? Possibly? And yeah, they're still like, you know, over here. Looks like they broke their siege, so that basically is a thing. And yeah, no, over here as well. They're trying again. He's bringing our army though, so that might help. Alright, he's going to attack regardless of the fact that he's only got like, you know, 600 soldiers, but let's see here. I don't think he's going to kill like, you know, 50 guys, but he might kill off like a couple of these units. I'm going to say he's going to kill 4 of these troops this time around, and he's going to kill like, you know, he's going to lose like, you know, at least 300 troops over here. At least. Okay, so yeah, a little bit closer that time. He lost 300, lost 36, or killed 36. And playing knockback Spain over there. Wow, I still have my units. I mean, they're very, very weakened, but I still have them. And look at that. Sif is going after the last city for Pontus, which means they're probably wiped out. Scipio, what are you doing? Just, what are you doing? The Julii are here, but it looks like the British are the ones actually attacking, like, you know, Lebanon over here. They might take back the city they lost. I'm not sure if these guys are still, like, you know, at war, but, you know, I haven't seen any battles between, like, Germania and, like, you know, the British for a little bit. And they're closing in on Campus Gitai over here, I guess. And, you know, just, you know, the usual. Just constantly redeclaring war and, like, peace and beating each other and stuff like that. No new real wars have basically started, really. And there we go. Pontus has fallen. Wiped out by the Scythians. So, what's this? The Scythians have wiped out Pontus. They wiped out Macedon. I think they were the ones who wiped out Thrace. I mean, they're gonna probably get attacked and like wiped out by Brudii, but I mean, they've got 3 kills under their belt. That's pretty good. Good job, Scythians. Looks like they're under attack by Germania now, though, so that's a thing. Yep, look at that. A new war. Scythia and Germania. And it looks like, you know, the Julii finally made it to, like, you know, proper Spain proper over here. And the Britons basically took back this, like, you know, save for themselves, so good job on them. And the Scipii are being the Scipii over here. Now, on note by I was basically playing with Brudii basically the last time I basically, like, you know, did full campaign. I'm basically going to be playing like the Scipii next, and I'm hoping, like, you know, well, I hope I can basically, like, you know, have some fun with them. Won't be like as, like, you know, super as a Scipii, like, AI for sure, I guess. I like how my generals just sort of sitting here and just being ignored because, you know, I'm not actually attacking anything with them. That's the only thing about, like, these AI campaigns. Obviously, like, the, you know, the AI would move around. It's like, you know, rebel armies and stuff like that, and their ships. Which is, like, a little bit different, but, you know, other than that, it's basically, like, you know, as is. House of Julii, Greek cities, Germania, Scythia. Well, the Greeks have held on. They actually made a good choice of target going after Pontus there, I guess. And they still kept Rhodes. Somehow. For some reason. It looks like the Seleucids are going after Petra, and they've, like, you know, already made one incursion into, like, you know, Alexandria over there. The Brudii are basically climbing into the steppes. The Julii have basically broken out. The Scipii did actually cross over once, but, you know, that's about their only, like, real feat to, you know, really clamor about. I think we're going to call it for this episode. Basically all the weak factions, except for Greece, have been wiped out. And Numidia, I guess, because, you know, why? We'll see what happens in the next episode, but for now, take care.